Here are some money lessons I learned in my 20s, part 1. Creating a budget is super important, almost one of the most important things you could do, because how are you supposed to know how much you're saving and how much you're spending and how much you're making if you don't keep track each month? You have to think of it similar as like if a business were to be operating their finances, and if you didn't know how much they were making each month, how much they were spending each month, and how much they were able to save each month. Similar dynamic where you want to make sure that you know where your money's flowing. You know, when people hear the word budget, they automatically are like, absolutely not, that's super restrictive and everything like that. However, budgeting doesn't have to be restrictive. It could actually be pretty like liberating in the sense that you won't have to feel guilty about spending money because you have already accounted for it and you have already allocated it in your budget. For me personally, I use a Google Excel spreadsheet to track what I'm spending, and I have like a certain template and everything, but you can even do this on your notes app and create a budget through that way. But yeah, just making sure that you're aware of where your money is going is super critical. That way you're not wondering at the end of the month where every last dollar is going. Not only will it keep you accountable and a track of your finances, but honestly it just eases my peace of mind. I used to have a lot of financial anxiety around money because I was always constantly overspending, but once I started and created a budget and being held accountable for that budget, I stopped stressing way less over my finances because I was aware of how much I was spending, and I started spending closer to a line of what my actual budget was. If you don't want to use Excel or your phone, there's also apps out there. So there's an app called YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget, and you can set up your budget on the app and then track your spending either manually through there, or it could also do it for you if you link your like bank information to the app. It'll track it automatically for you. However, I don't think that's the best option just because it is too automatic, and so unless you're really looking at your purchases regularly, you kind of will forget like that you're actually supposed to be looking at this and like keep being aware of where you're spending your money. I promise you, budgeting really is such a great financial tool to start out with to make sure that you are managing your money correctly.